All righty, our first two Pro ET cars pull up. These guys, gals, folks, also qualifying on reaction times. Keep your eyes out for those perfect reaction times. The beauty of drag racing, you can run just about any type of car you want, or truck. Whether you've got a muscle car, whether you've got an honest-to-goodness race car, or a street hot rod, or just a grocery getter, you can still come out and take part. Down to the finish line. How many of you guys had the Volkswagen outrunning the Mustang? I know, right? 1152, 115 miles an hour. Down to the stripe, 1197 for the pony car to $118. Neither driver is going to make the Reaction Time Hall of Fame. We had one red and one green. So you got my Junior Thunder qualifying. Candace was on top of that one, and my Junior Lightning. One of my mystery drivers. Next pair. How do you like your Malibus? Do you like the two-door hardtop? You like the wagon? Wagon. The long roof racing team. It's going to be 1142 comes up for the coupe. Man, that thing's a pretty good hot rod. 1179 for the wagon. At 112 miles an hour crossing the finish line stripe. And here comes the bonnet-free racing team. The Camaro and the Falcon both sans hood. A vinyl top Ford Falcon. I'm guessing it's a stroke or small block. And the Camaro that's actually got a mini tub and a pretty good sized tire underneath the back of that thing. Both these cars were out here yesterday taking advantage of the test and tune session, 1111. That's a lot of aces. 1111 at 120 miles an hour comes up for the Ford, 1129, 119 for the Camaro. That'll bring up the little Fox body pony over here on the left side. And yet another wagon over there on the right side. So what makes you such fans of wagons? Did your mom lock you in the back of one when you were a kid? That would have been better than me. I got locked in the trunk. We didn't have a wagon. $1249, 103 miles an hour over on the right side. 1316, 101 miles an hour on the left side. Got a couple of guys we can actually identify now. Dale Northgrave's in the left side, Steve Scheffler in the right. Hey, Racer, just a reminder, if you're especially parked down in the grass, gravel, something, when you come up in the staging lanes, if you would just take a quick look under or a quick swipe of your hand and knock anything out of the wheel wells so it doesn't end up out on the racetrack, please and thank you. You know you don't want to have to drive down over some rocks that somebody else drug up there, and, well, the guy behind you doesn't want to do that either. I do like the Firebird. 406 stroker under the hood. Small block providing the power for the Nova as well. 1029 for that 77 Nova. Man, that thing's a bit of a sleeper. Coming up at 129 miles an hour. 1136, 115 for the Firebird. Ralph Ethers now rolls in. And the Mustang here on the left side. Looks like Michael Bender in the pickup over on the right side. Get a little help from Fountain Tire. 1065, 124. Comes up in the left lane. The right lane is 1084 at 120 miles an hour. Bring up Dave. That's all it says, Dave. How many of you guys remember, Dave's not here? Looks like Dave Shirk out above his speed shop. Well, if you like wagons, you got to love the one over on the right side. It's at like a 71 Bel Air. And that is a big old dragon wagon. Not quite going to be able to outrun the little Blazer, however, 1080. 120 miles an hour for the Blazer, 1170, 113. Comes up for the wagon. Now watch this Duster leave the starting line. Yesterday he was like skying the front end. Cars that do wheelies are cool. 81 Malibu over on the right side. Lance DeSater. Man, that thing is sweet. That's kind of a mild wheel stand for the Dart. Yesterday he was doing them a little bigger, a little better. 968, 136 miles an hour for the Dart. Man, I gotta get me one of them. That car's cool. 1155, 83 miles an hour. Comes up for Lance in the Malibu. See what the latest weather update is. Loading weather. Density altitude, 7 feet. Standard correction factor, 1003. A lot of power to be had out there right now. I love the dragster. Almost can't see it behind the little concrete walls down there on the starting line. So end up with a 1244 at 106 miles an hour on the left side, 1335 on the right side. I was just getting a weather update. There's actually, I've got an app that I use, but they actually have a weather station here on property that says it's 553 feet below. And a 1008. Tim Cornish off and running. A little Mustang 2, finished in 1977. The Mustang 2 going to be the first one down to the stripe, 1109 at 117, 1239 at 107. Comes up in the right lane, and yet another wagon. That's what, 63, 64? Nova wagon. Got the period correct center lines on it. That's even better. Kind of like we had with the Malibus earlier. We got the two-door version on one side. We got the wagon version on the other. You know, they actually made a two-door wagon out there in that time frame. Jesse James had one, and he wouldn't sell it to me or look the other way so I could steal it or anything. I really wanted it too. What's that? Oh, that was a father and daughter? Awesome. 1050, 125 in the right side, 1146, 116 in the left side. Here comes the testandtune.com. Is that a Catalina? Holy smokes. I'm wondering if that would have been the heaviest car off the assembly line that's racing on the property here this weekend. It looks like the shipping crate the Chevy 2 came in. Well, think about it. If you open the trunk, you could put the Chevy 2 inside it. You'd need a lot of packing peanuts to take up the slack, but you could get them all in there. 1057, 123 at 93 for the big old Pontiac. 1198, 110 miles an hour on the right side. Hey, sportsman, if you're not there, this is your final call. You should be in the lanes, please. Sportsman, final call. Super Pro, you need to be warmed up and ready. We're going to be calling you in here momentarily. That's a couple of pretty cool cars. The black SS Nova, menacing looking machine. And Walter Johnson machine, 72. It's got an LS power. Oh, I like it. Neat little swap. Take out the original small block. Put in the new gen small block. 1110, 120 miles an hour, comes up and left. For the Nova, 1124. 118 for the Chevelle. Yet another pickup truck coming at you right now. I think with the massive tubs. Taking up about half the bed up against the red Gen 3 Camaro over the right side of the racetrack. 1102, 119 comes up for the truck. Camaro stops the timers 1094 to 120 miles an hour. And now we have the battle of the S10s. I'm purely guessing here that the white truck's going to be the quicker of the two. And the only reason I'm guessing that is because it's got a roll bar in it. So I'm assuming it goes fast enough to be required to have one. The right lane will go what? Well, it turns out my speculation in this particular case was correct. 922, 148 miles an hour. Yeah, that would need a roll bar. No doubt about it. 1191, 109 miles an hour over on the right side. 922, man, that is hustling. Mal Patterson, left side. Look at that thing standing up on the start line. You can go now. Okay, you can go now. 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 This will probably be the only car all day long whose reaction time is longer than his elapsed time. Obviously, the car stumbled, spit, or died down there on the start line. He fired it up. Since we're qualifying on reaction time, you can still take the run to get the ET, but you cannot back up, restage, and have a second shot at the reaction timer simply because it's qualifying. So he fired it back up and drove it on down to a 1040 at 126 miles an hour. And here comes the Dart. Is that a Mercury Cyclone? I think that's a Mercury Cyclone. Is it a Comet? Wheels up launch over there for the Mercury. What's the old song? If I had money, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd go downtown and buy a Mercury or two, or three or six. 1041, 125 miles an hour for the Merc. 1132, 116 on the left side. Brings up Lauren Schwartz in the Monte Carlo and Steve McKenzie in the Chevelle. A couple of big blocks duking it out down there this time. That sounded weird, didn't it? Chevelle definitely a problem, just kind of idling down the boulevard. 1008, 132 miles an hour, comes up for the Monte Carlo out of Bubba's speed shot. We're going to have to make sure the Chevelle's got enough momentum down there to get clear top end and around the corner. Hey, Super Pro, let's go ahead and head this way, please. Oh, attention in the pits. Super Pro. Need you the lanes. Sportsman, if you're not there, you're in the wrong place. And Super Pro, come on down. John Tabak coming up down the left side. Russ Walker on the right. Preston Chevrolet 66 Chevy 2. Then we're going to have the A-bodies going at it again. That's a pretty fun little side-by-side run down to the stripe. 1021. 128 miles an hour for Russ. 1049, 126 for John. That red light on the left side made it look a little bit closer performance-wise than the numbers would indicate. Looks like Jim Bearkey in the A-body. Barracuda. Chris Stone in the A-body. Dodge Dart. And once again, pretty good little fun side-by-side run. These guys match raced a couple of times yesterday just during the test and tune session. Comes up with a 10:01 for the Cuda. 10:08 for the Dart. The orange dragster was out here yesterday doing a little testing and tuning, and it would appear that they're kind of working the bugs out of that thing. See the Dodge Charger over here on the left side that was not here yesterday. Obviously, you roll your car in off the street, have at it. At the finish line, it's going to be 12:16, 111 miles an hour. For the Dart, the dragster goes 13:54 at 103. And look, we have yet another Malibu wagon. The BC Scale Company Limited. And Amber Rutherford in the 66 Mustang. Amber working with the folks at Rebel Fit Nutrition Products. And if I'm not mistaken, that thing's got a big block under the hood. Amber ain't messing around. Wagon bumping in one more bulb. There we go. Well, the Mustang might be faster, but I think the Malibu would be more fun. Well, because doing wheelies in a car is fun. 934 for Amber. 140 miles an hour. That's pretty solid. 1051, 121. The Malibu got the better wheel stand, but Amber definitely has got the faster car. There's a lot to like about that Caliente, isn't there? Oh, even more now. You get extra points for doing wheel stands. You do on my watch anyway. $10.45 for the big wheel stand, 124 the speed. $10.92 for the pickup, 117 miles an hour. And that'll bring up one spectacularly clean little Chevy 2. Can you imagine the crowd that thing would draw if you took it to cruise night? I mean, everybody in the place would be over checking that thing out. Well, I would be anyway. The early 60s version of personal transportation, the Chevy 2, and the mid-80s version of personal transportation, the Malibu. Going side by side down the track, 1057, 125 comes up in the left lane, 1162, 113. comes up in the right lane. So let's see, we had one from the 60s, we had one from the 80s, now we got one from the 70s. Steve McKenzie in that Chevelle, vintage, 71, 72. And Kim Cornish, Mustang 2. And the 302 under the hood. Remember, Charlie's Angels drove Mustang 2s. Yeah, I know, they just wasn't. That's why none of them ever pulled a Rockford. You just couldn't do that in Mustang 2. It didn't have enough power to get going backwards fast enough to spin around. That was the major thing. Whatever you do, don't touch the transmission fluid in that little Malibu down there, because he was on a converter a long time. That thing's gonna be heating up. Down the quarter mile, 1066. Call that 10 2/3 seconds, 119 miles an hour, 1321 and 100 miles an hour over in the right lane. That'll bring up the dragster over here on the left side. I wonder what the vintage of that dragster is. Just looking at it is definitely an older school chassis. It's got a small block Chevy in it with a quadra-jet. Nothing fancy. You don't need nothing fancy. A 9-second duster, 136 miles an hour. Another good solid run for Team Red. And here come these two guys, kind of like the two guys in the trucks that just always race against each other. Kind of like Chris Stone on the left side. Murphy on the right side. The two vintage Dodge A-bodies side by side. For the Cuda, 1007 for the Dart, and here come the Battle of the Wagons. The 66 model Biscayne in the left side and the mid-80s Boo over in the right side, or early 80s. Well, I guess we're going to have to find a tow truck for that blue Chevy pickup down here. Don't worry, we'll find one. Don't worry. Well, I look out the window and I see the alcohol cars making their way into the staging lanes, and it means we're getting a little closer to being a little louder out there, and a little faster out there. Oh, fun little drag race, wasn't it? 1172 in the left lane, 1174 in the right lane. With a better reaction time. The right lane actually got there first by a couple of thousandths of a second. Not that it matters in qualifying, but better reaction time definitely matters in qualifying. Amber Rutherford, 66 wheel standing Mustang. Wheels up and running away, 938. 141 miles an hour. 1038 for the Nova. Comes up at $126. Well, we had the Chevy 2 against the Malibu hardtop earlier. Now we got the Malibu hard top against the Chevy 2 wagon. 1141, 116 miles an hour in the right lane. 1241, 106 in the left. Pro bracket, actually our biggest bracket here this weekend. And again, thanks to everybody that came out and supporting your local racetrack. And a special thanks to those who came from further away. Support not just your local racetrack. Down to the finish line is going to be a 10:28 on the left side. TCS side of the racetrack up on the scoreboard, 143 the speed. 11:09 at 117 for the Lordco lane. Dave Shirk got above the speed chop here on the left side. Watch that little Volkswagen. That thing's faster than you'd think. I mean, it's not going to be faster than the little S10, but it's faster than you think. Faster than I thought, anyway. The S10 goes 1081, 120 miles an hour, 1153 for the PW. At $1.15. 1153. Man. They're holding them up as they take a look at something down at the finish line real quick. Cordis Johnson rolling up over here on the left side of the racetrack. And how about the Dodge Dart Swinger? Those are pretty fun cars back in the 70s. I don't think they even got anywhere near the recognition they should have from a performance standpoint. Wheel-standing Malibu wagons are cool. And if you don't agree, then you came to the wrong place today. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Wheel-standing Malibu wagons are just cool. 1054, 121 miles an hour down the old 1320. 1113 and 117 miles an hour comes up on the Lordco scoreboard, and we go into red Chevrolet mode with Walter Johnson over here on the left side. Mal Patterson over there on the right side. Patterson wheels up and away, airing out the Nova down there. Alcohol dragster, come on down. I see some of you are already on the way. If you haven't pushed it out from under the awning yet, now would be a good time to do so. Oh, attention in the pit. Stop alcohol dragster to the lanes, please. 1126, $1.18 for the Chevelle. The Nova goes 1006 at 131. Brings up Team SS Nova on the left side and Team Monte Carlo on the right. .1008 for the Monte Carlo, 132 the speed. Crossing the finish line down there, 1191, 110 miles an hour. For that beautiful little SS. Brings up Ross Walker on a Preston Chevrolet. And the second generation, like the forgotten generation Camaro, at least the mid-70s were. 1014, 129 the speed. 1245 over here in the left lane. And once again, we get out the mops and the blowers. Send out a reminder to everybody, please, like Run your hand through the wheel wells when you get back in staging lane. Just knock whatever's in there out of there. Fun pair of race cars right here. Steve Schaffler, 68 Firebird. And Ray Bollinger's 63 Pontiac Catalina. Testandtune.com. Payday Contact Customs Brokers on the side of the big old Pontiac. Is that thing really a small block Chevy? Wow. Imagine you're a small block Chevy. Okay, imagine you're a small block Chevy. You're getting built into a race motor. You go, this is awesome. I'm going to be a race motor. You go on the dyno. You go, this is awesome. I make lots of power. And then they take you out in the shop and go, okay, here's what you're going to be pulling around for the rest of your life. And you're going, whose stupid idea was that? I mean, look at the size of that thing. At that point, if you're a 355-inch Chevy, you're going, you know, a 572 crate motor. Those things are a lot of fun. Man, talk about the little Chevy that could. 1058 at 123.4 miles an hour. Just imagine you put that in a Camaro. Mid sevens. All right, maybe not that fast, but man, that is one big old piece of iron that little small block has got to pull around forever and ever. Steve Scheffler, meanwhile, goes 1140, 115 the speed. Bring up Michael Bender, another one of the Fountain Tire drivers, and Ralph Ellers. And a little Fox Body Ford over there on the right side. $1071 for the Mustang, 124 the speed. 1086, 120. Comes up here on the left side. Steve Watkins in his little blue 5.0. And the dragster out of Perry Hill Machine. Little 4-cylinder powered. I'm going to find some information on it. I'm really curious about the idea, the design, the execution. 1214, 117 miles an hour. Comes up for the Mustang. Little dragster runs 1339. And that'll bring up a little Dr. Seuss moment. We play one car, two car, red car, blue car. Gen 3 Camaro with the headers on backwards. But when the exhaust comes out the fenders in front of the tires, I think the headers are on backwards. I believe that is a Scat Pack. It's not a Hellcat. I believe that's a Scat Pack Charger over on the right side. Or an Angry Bee, maybe. Very prominently displaying that it's going to run 12 point something. $12.09. $12.09, darn near in the 11s. 111 miles an hour. 1114 over here on the TCS side. 120 mphs. Brings up a 3rd gen Nova SS, and man, that is one clean machine. Silver Camaro, and right, that reminds me, I need to send Kyle Novak a note. Just cause. Those two cars fairly evenly matched as they go charging down the old 1320. 1109 comes up in the left side, 120 miles an hour, 1132, 114 in the right. And the end is near. And by that I mean the end of the pro category. Because we have got staging lanes full of alcohol dragsters. Full lanes, lots of dragsters, fun stuff. Apologies, I just got distracted by a very nice gentleman who came in and offered me a kokanee. And cheesies. Interestingly enough, I got more people that look like they want to steal my cheesies than want to steal my kokanee up here. Final pair as they head down the racetrack. Just like that, 1047, 126 miles an hour for John Tabak. 1193, 109 miles an hour. Holy smokes. And just like that, we are going into Pro ET round number 1. Alrighty, apologies for that missing a pair down there. I getting squared away up here by the rules. Hey, I'm learning. You know, sometimes the new guys, you just got to teach them this stuff. Random pair coming at you here right now. Scott Wilson picked up the win light on the last pair. Here comes Jason Mercer on the left side, and my 66 Bel Air. A little wagon on wagon activity. You'd think the wagons would stick together, not pick on each other first round, wouldn't you? It's like, hey, let's go pick on the rest of the guys. Let's not pick on each other. That's just not the way it worked out. Handicap goes to the right side. The big wagon trying to run down the mid-size wagon. The big wagon's going to get the win. 11:69 the prediction. 11:70 the elapsed time. It's going to be a breakout over on the right side. For Jason, who predicted he was going to run 12:49, ended up with 12:43. That puts you about 6-2 quick, and that puts you away for the day. At least in this category. Remember, a number of these drivers double duty in their way out there. Off the starting line, Ralph Ellers going to get the win. Ralph's going to get the win. Again on a double breakout, but he was closer, only being 9 thousandths under. Okay, here comes John Tabak. The Rad Torque Systems pickup over here on the left side. This is the other guy who's been sharing a microphone up here today. And over on the right side, the Nova, as the two of them are off and running. Pickup. Dial 1049. Nova dial 1041. Slight handicap head start goes to pickup. Win light also goes to pickup. 1052. Solid job on the starting line and then runs free over the dial to win it. Got there first as well. The Nova a little bit late on the tree. Got there second and broke out. That's what we call 3 strikes. Leave second, cross second, run 2 quick, strike 1, strike 2, and well, take a seat. Sorry, that crackling paper brought to you by JBS Equipment Company. Both drivers off away on a green. Both drivers too quick. Right lane's going to get the win. Coming out a little closer to the dial, 3 under, 15 on the 18 versus 6 under, 83 on the 89. Red light, right lane, wind light, left side, Kim Cornish. Going to take the little Mustang 2 into the next round. Sportsmen, come on down for round number 1. Sportsmen, into the staging lanes, please. Make sure your dial is visible on the left and head this way. Left side again, Dave. Dave, just all my announcer screen says it's Dave. Like, Dave's not here. Dave Schreck. What it says on the window. Out above his speed shop in JBS. Brandon Biscusack over there in a Mustang. There goes Brandon. That's a pretty sizable head start. Oh, and that's a red light. Dave just couldn't wait. 23 on the wrong side of the tree, and the Blazer red lights away his opportunity at fame, fortune, and a couple extra bucks in the bank. 13.34 on the 13.24 for Brendan. Won that one here on the starting line. Now it's going to be Del Northgraves over on the right side. And a little silver Gen 3 here on the left. And another red light, Del this time. Lights the cherry. Turns the red light on his side of the tree, turns the scoreboard on the other side. 11:35 on the 32 for the win. Didn't need any of it. Once that red light came on, 32 on the 29, the losing effort. After being red by, well, pretty sizable margin. Steve McKenzie in left. Lauren Schwartz in right. That Chevelle is sweet. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with a Monte Carlo. Don't misunderstand, but that Chevelle is sweet. Whoa, whoa. Now check this out. If Lawrence doesn't lift, he could go quick and break out. No, you hear him off the gas down there 1,200 feet. He looked over and goes, he ain't coming. I'm not giving it to him. Steve McKenzie hit the gas, and that thing lurched and then went kabang. Well, it wasn't quite a kablooey. It would have to, the hood would have to be open for it to be a kablooey. But that was definitely a kabang. And it pulls over and stops. And again, very much appreciate that. If you know you're broken, obviously he has no idea if it might be leaking something or leaving some kind of foreign debris on a racetrack. Pull over and stop. We'll be happy to come get you if we need to, but could potentially save us a big cleanup. Hopefully whatever happened to that thing is not permanently fatal. Did he just start it up, drive it off? Wow. Wow. I mean, kabang and then drive it away. You don't see that very often.
Any others? That's it. That's all. Yeah, back. Will we have a second? Because, oh wait, oh no, they're not.
You know, even with a really good pair of binoculars, I can't figure out what that engine is in the little dragster down there. It's a what? Datsun? Not a Nissan? Cool. Hey, I like guys with imagination. I like guys that do things a little different. I really, really, really like that they were able to drive the Chevelle off and not kill it. So the half fast 2 here on the left side, Eric Britton and Walter Johnson in the right side. Now, Walter, at this particular point in time, is hoping that whatever happened to the last Chevelle is not contagious. Because that red 72 over there with LS under the hood, another pretty sweet hot rod. But you know, the last Chevelle, well, it wasn't contagious, and the wind light's already on over there for Walter Johnson because the red light's on over here for Eric Britton. 11-11 on the 11-10. Didn't need any of it. Good solid run. A little dragster. Predicted a 13:38. Ran a 13:40. So pretty close on the number down there, but left the cherry burning in his wake up here. Steve Scheffler now. How did the two guys without a hood end up side by side? I mean, there's like 3 guys without a hood in the whole category, right? 2 of them ended up side by side. Isn't there like these 2 and then the Gen 3 Camaro? Wow, that was kind of interesting. Falcon hit the gas. It looked like something was misting up there. Looked like it to me anyway. Unfortunately for the Falcon, 007 red. Game, set, match goes to Steve, who runs 1170 off the gas at only 108 miles an hour down there. And now we've got the 2 red Chevys coming at you. 3rd gen Camaro on the left side. 81. Oh, and the Malibu just pushed right through. Did you see that? He pulled in stage, tried to bring it up against the converter, and it just shoved him right on through. And there is nothing you can do except ease down the right side of the racetrack, muttering words under your breath like darn and shucks and rats and, well, you know, words similar to that. 1085 on the 1080. That's your winner on the left side, Jeff Bell now pulling up. This thing's a street car that does wheelies. At least I think it's a street car. It's got a license plate on it. And that's just cool. Neil Culbertson over on the right side in the pickup. Go! I was trying to help. Go! No! Jeff Bell just lost the race. Oh, you got to be kidding me. See the pickup out there? That's your winner. Reaction time slower. No, not slower. 10-second reaction, 14-second, and a winner because Jeff Bell didn't realize there was nobody there and he broke out. The pickup was actually supposed to leave first. Oh, Jeff. Jeff, if you're pitted next to Jeff, you might want to duck because there's going to be something flying over there when he gets back and realizes what went wrong. Well, there would be if it was me. Rich Dyes on the left side, Jesse Gerard on the right. This one's a red light on the starting line. As Rich jumped too quick by a couple of hundo. Turn on a red light. Puts himself out of competition for the day, Jesse. Taking the win, 1197 on the 1195. Oh, we got the deuces side by side again. 1st gen, 2nd gen. Car on the right side, 62. Car on the left side, 66. Generation split at 65. And another red light. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of red lights. Can we finish up with this red light? This red lights are no fun. No fun. I want it to be fun. I want to race to the finish line. Racing the finish line is way more fun. Way more fun. 1057 on the 1054. Winner for Daryl Amber Rutherford now. And Steve Beckerville. The 2-liter turbo Volkswagen Golf. Dialed in 11:56. Now, Amber's Mustang is fast. I mean, fast. She's going to give up a 2-second head start. But when you look over and see a Volkswagen, you normally, right, wouldn't you be thinking, yeah, I'll be closing in on him about 900 miles an hour? No, not quite. I mean, you're going to be closing in, but look at the Mustang reeling him in down there. Like having a salmon on the line. 9:38 for the win. Off the throttle was Amber. A 009 reaction time for Amber. A tip of the cap on the best, I believe, best lighted round so far. Elijah Copeland coming up now on the left side. Craig Johnson in the right side. The black Boo with the old school square snorkel scoop. I love those snorkel scoops, especially the square ones. I know they're not quite as aerodynamic. They don't look as swoopy. Wheel standing Malibu wagon. I gotta get me one of them. I really do. Well, we're gonna see the wagon again. Elijah a little bit late on the starting line and paid for it at the finish line. 10:59 for the win on the 10:53. 12:44 on the 12:43 for Elijah on the number. Missed the reaction time. Here comes the dragster, dialed in 12 seconds. And Ray Bollinger. Just think, look at the car on the right side. It's got a small block Chevy. Car on the left side's got a small block Chevy. If you took the motor out of the car on the right side, put it on the left side, that thing can run 820. Oh, this is not going to be pretty. When you give up a second and a half head start and you pass your opponent at 150 feet, you're feeling pretty good. The opponent's feeling not quite so good. Jason Mercer, you need to report to your car. Let me check and see when. Now! Jason Mercer, why did you leave your car? You need to report back to your car now. Chris Stone going to get the automatic win because that Malibu left early. Early. And then broke out as well. Super Pro to the lanes, is that what you said? I can do that. Oh, attention in the pits. Super Pro. I need you to the lanes, please. Super Pro to the lanes. Matt Warner in the left side to Callahan. That's got a 390 in it? Really? Oh, that's even more awesome. That's better awesome than I thought it was. Wow, a little less tense. Sound like it spun the tire out there. Looked like it spun the tire out there and is, well, no longer on the chase. Off the throttle, 1063 for the win. For Matt Warner, who's looking over his shoulder going, yeah, he should be coming, and he's not. Didn't want to make the mistake of giving that one away. So Nick Douglas with an odd number of cars in category based on his reaction time. In the last round. Going to take the buy run here. 23 model Super B. That hailed from Washington, and I do believe drove this car up here to race. I do believe. He's your current track champion? So he drives up here every week to do this? Right on. Support your local drag strip, even if it is in another country. He had dialed at 1210, ran 1209. He was going to be pretty hard to handle even if there was somebody in the other lane. marquee guest up here in the tower that I had to spend a minute with. Down the stripe, wind light's coming on for Rolf. 1070 on the 1069 dial. 12 flat on the 1190, just left a little too much room. Steve Scheffler now. Firebird on the left side, bright red Camaro on the right side. Well, both drivers off the starting line, and wow, really? Steve Scheffler had a reaction time started with a 4 and won the round. Problems for the Camaro, slowed it way, way, way back of the dial and left the door too far open. Ray Bollinger now on the left side and Lawrence Schwartz in the right. Well, that one went a little more according to Hoyle, a better reaction time. Ran dead on the dial with 5 thou to spare, and that was a winner for Ray Bollinger. Lawrence just didn't have anything for that. John Tabak. My announcing sidekick up here, trying to show that announcers can do more than just yak. And I'm not talking about a yawning yellow yak, I mean like yak. Amber Rutherford. Over in the red. GT Mustang with 500 plus cubic inches under the hood of that 66 model. To back off and away on a green, here comes in. John is still out there. John is still out there. John is still out there. John's winning it. Super Pro, come on down. I need you, please. Super Pro, I need you. John had the reaction advantage, and he's going to take the win. 46 on a 45, 41 on a 39 for Amber. Couldn't get there. Now it's going to be Andy Klosky on the left side and Nick Douglas. Nick, who like so many, is double dutying that hot rod over there. Dialed in 1211. Andy dialed in 1114. So the blue car will go first. About a second, you know, give or take. Ish. Kind of. Was it just me or did the dart sound like it wouldn't shift? Sounded like the dart kind of went zinga down there as it went into neutral, and you see the brake lights on for Nick Douglas. He's going to clear the top end and take the easy win, and hopefully Andy Klosky's car isn't hurt too badly, but it definitely sounded like it didn't shift out there as the RPM came way, way up and the car slowed way, way down.
Alan, you got a fan here for you.
How are you, sir? Problems from Neil coming out of the water box, and Kim Cornish going to get a free ride. It's not often you can red light, go too quick, and win the race. But when your opponent breaks coming out of the water box, you can do that. That was really cool. I just had a guy come up in the tower and say hi that I used to see at the boat races like 30 years ago. That's awesome. Hey, while we got a quiet moment, a tip of the cap to the fire and safety team here at Mission. I don't know how many of you race fans know this, and I know it's not exactly like sweltering hot out there, but the safety team, they are in their fire suits, fire jackets, everything all day long, sitting down there in the trucks in just-in-case mode, and just want to let those men and women know that we appreciate the effort they put in, even though we hope it's kind of like having auto insurance. You hope you never, ever need it, but if you do, it better be there. The Johnson's Custom Exhaust, that's JCE on the side of the wheel standing, snorkel equipped Malibu wagon that's dialed in 1053. Super Pro, you should be headed this way, please. Motorcycles and Hot Rod, you are on standby. And stand closely by, because it won't be long. Mustang off and running. Look at the wheels up one more time. I just love that thing. Somebody distracted me. I'm going to see if I can drive it out of here. I wonder if it's got a big enough gas tank I can drive it all the way back to the States. I don't mean just Washington. I got a long way to go after I get past there. The wind light's going to come on for the wagon, though. 1054 on the 1053, 29 on the 26. Over on the right side, Matt Warner and Jesse Jard coming up now. I was just told Craig Johnson is driving that wagon. Just to give you a little history, like how long the wagon has been in the family. When Craig Johnson was born, he rode home from the hospital in that wagon. Did Dad do a wheel stand on the way home? Because that would have been awesome. That would have been cool. Strap the kid in the seat. And, oh, okay, hold on, Junior. You're going to get started young. That'd be awesome. Matt Warner getting the win there. 46 on a 45, one above the dial. It brings up Walter Johnson and Chris Stone. See, I don't know why nobody else's mind works like mine do. That's the first thing I thought of. Walter left, Chris right. We have a winner. It's going to be Walter. 15 on the tree. 3 above, 11-13. That's a winner. 09 on an 08. That wasn't a problem for Chris. And he didn't have a terrible light, just didn't have quite as good a light. Margin of the stripe, 17 thousandths of a second. Motorcycles, lanes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Come on, there's 4 of them. That's funny. Motorcycles. Come on up. I think you can all squeeze in the same lane. Oh, no, half a thou. Red light by half a thou. Half a stinking thou. Who thought that was a good idea? Obviously, the guy in the left lane thought that was a good idea, but he's probably the only one. 11:34 on the 36. That's a winner, even though it's a little too quick. How about dead zero after being red 0005? Just in case you didn't hurt bad enough.
That's a rough one.
Super Pro, come on down. Super Pro. To the lanes, please. Kim Cornish left. My really cool wagon in the right. I'm just thinking that red light comes on for the wagon in the right side. I don't believe there's been a 77 Mustang in the winter circle since Dino Dawn. Unless Kim has done it more recently than that. I just don't see a whole lot of those Mustang 2s around anymore. But Kim got the automatic win there when the red light came on over in the right side, so she will advance. Now you get the Gen 3 hoodless Camaro in the left side. Nick Douglas. The two-time and reigning track champion in the right side. And as they drive past the scoreboards, you're going to see the one light up over here on the left. Camaro will be back again. Dial to 34 had a double 06 reaction time. And goes 11:41 for the win. 16 on a 13 for Nick, who's closer to the dial but further back on the reaction time. Paid the price. Here comes John Tabak. Ray Bollinger. Both of them off and running. Ray in the big old Pontiac. How about John? I'm telling you, he has been knocking them down today. Double 04 on reaction. One above the dial. Closing the deal. Ray Bollinger got the stripe, but the only way he could possibly do that was break out, and that's exactly what he did. Break out. Super Pro, I need you to the lanes. Motorcycles, be ready. Won't be long. Ralph Ellers, Steve Scheffler, left to right. Fox Body against Firebird. That's FB against FB. FB for Fox Body, FB for Firebird. And this time the FB Fox Body is going to take care of business. Steve Scheffler missed it at this end. 1082 on the 69. That's having a lot of room down at the other end. Team Johnson rolling up again in the wheel stand and wagon. Matt Warner over on the right side. Let's see who does a better wheel stand. Both of these cars have been like really dangling the front end all day long. Who cares about who wins a race? This is going to be about who does a better wheel stand. Okay, we care a little bit about who won the race. Not a whole lot of handicap, though. They both are going to have the front end in the air at the same time. See? No! One foul. Double. Oh, one. Red. Win light, Matt Warner. 001 on the reaction timer. That is painful. Really painful. Walter Johnson now. In the red Chevelle. Rolling in.
In the box, yeah.
Super Pro, you should be here, please. Sportsman pulling into the water box. We're going to be in turn and burn mode here pretty quick. Walter screams the thing down to the stripe, goes 11:09 at 119. 11.090 at 119.11. Here comes Pro, and this is an interesting match here. John Tabak in the truck. Ralph Ellers in the Mustang. This is 2 for 1. The winner is going to go straight to the final round. Now, John is going to drive right back up, win or lose, because he has the bye run in Super Pro. And he is still alive with a chance to double. If John doubles, I think he should do all the winners' interviews, including talking to himself. So, John, how'd you do in Super Pro? Well, John, I won. How'd you do in Pro? Well, John, I won Pro. Well, John, I think you're the greatest. Well, John, no, I think you're the greatest. And then he can get into a slap fight with himself. Ralph Ellers' mission in life is to make sure that doesn't happen right here and right now. Ralph is the president of the guys that run this joint? So John can get us all thrown out? Oh, way to go, John. Tabak has been crushing the tree all day long. He's going to take the win. 10:57 on the 10:45, 77 on a 69. Not enough for Ralph. So John is going to run in at least one final. And he'll be right back to take the bye run. Super Pro, Matt Warner, Walter Johnson. Coming at you in the right here and the right now. As we play one car, two car, red car, blue car again. Matt in the blue car, Walter in the red car. I just love that Mercury. That thing looks like it would be more fun to drive than about anything I can imagine. Going to be the last time we see it here today, however, in Pro Bracket, because the wind light comes on for Walter Johnson with a double 0-4 reaction time. Taking a stripe by 4 Hun. So Walter's going to come back and run the winner of this matchup, either Kim Cornish or another one of my mystery drivers that I've been unable to identify all day long. Need to get the FBI involved or the CIA or get a phone book or something. I don't know. I don't know. Mustang versus Camaro, finish line stripe. It'll be the Camaro. It's going to be a double breakout. Under by 8 thou is the Camaro. Under by 16 thou is the Mustang. So the Camaro will come back. Going to run Walter. Winner of that one. John Tabak, he's got the solo here. He's already in the final round, runs 10:49. 110 miles an hour, shutting her down a little early. Jason Mercer, need you to staging lanes, please. Jason Mercer, come on down. So John is going to run the winner of this matchup. And then he's also going to turn around and come back as quick as he can get back. Jeff Lefebvre in the Camaro. He's been ducking identification all weekend long, but we finally figured it out. Jeff Lefebvre. Can he hold off Walter Johnson down to the stripe? Yes, he can. 36 on a 33. That's going to be a winner. Walter Johnson missed a tree and broke out trying to get there. So Jeff Lefebvre will run John Tabak in the final round. Jeff Lefebvre, John Tabak. That's the Camaro and the S10 respectively. John has now redialed to a 1036 after running that moments ago. Lefebvre is dialed 1133. So he's going to go first. Here it is for the trophy. Lefebvre is off and running. John Tabak is on the chase. The S10 pulls up. He's at the back bumper. He's at the door. He's at the front fender. Can he get the nose out in front? He does. 10:35 on the 10:36, but that's going to be a winner on the double breakout. 1128 on the 1133 for Jeff. Under by 5 hun. John, under by 9 thou. And that's a winner.